something that moves.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the cheat code. All right, so I wanted to do like just a little message, and hopefully, this reaches the right people who might find this message helpful at this time. So, hope you don't mind. I'm just going to do a little tidying from the readings that I just did, and I'm going to talk about something. So what I wanted to talk about is timing, and something I've been experiencing lately. And I don't know how I don't want to make this too long, but so I came across a channel, and this lady's channel, she has 101 followers, right? She started her channel. I took a look at it because I was interested. She started her channel in I think it was March of this year. So she's not doing too bad. Her setup is a little interesting, kind of like mine. It's not really the way I want it right now, but we're working with what we have until things change. And I think I made mention, why did I say it like that? I made mention. I think I mentioned before that in one of my videos that I posted that, I'm like, I hope nobody finds my channel. Not literally, I hope nobody finds my channel, but I'm okay with a slow crawl for right now, with everything that I'm dealing with, everything I'm going through. It gives me a chance to practice. It gives me a chance to get comfortable. It gives me a chance to work out some kinks and really decide how I want my channel to look and my platform to be. Because like I said, YouTube is kind of like a stepping stone for me with a lot of different things that I want to do, a lot of little ventures that I want to get into. So, and I talked about not really being too fond of being in front of the camera and stuff like that and all that. So, like I said, this lady, I found her channel, and I don't know how many videos she has posted, but as I was just scrolling through some of the videos, the titles, it was like speaking to my life. And some of the videos that I actually listened to, just kind of skimming through some of them, because, kind of like me, hers are a little long. So skimming through some of the videos, it was like literally like she was telling my life story. I can't remember what her channel is. I literally it just popped up in my feed, and that's been happening a lot lately. Like the universe is like screaming at me. And yeah, it's like everything she was talking about, and these are actually current videos. A lot of videos that have been popping up in my feed are stuff that are like old, some stuff that are like 3 years old. And as I'm listening to them, it's speaking about it as if it's happening today, which it actually is. When I say today, I mean like now in my life, the events, but it's dated 3 years ago. And all the things that are popping up, it's like some things will be, let's say, for example, like 3 years old. Then the next one will be like 1 month old. Then it'll be like 2 years old, then 1 week old. And regardless of the time that they were posted, it's still coming in the order of the things that are happening in my life, which is so crazy. So what I was trying to get at with that lady's channel is that she mentioned something about something I talked about, that not everybody might resonate with it, not everybody might believe in it, but talking about being spiritually attacked, right? And that's a very broad statement. Spiritual attack could be any number of things, anything from someone trying to cause you physical harm spiritually to, just trying to put blockages in your life in any way, shape, or form. I mean, it goes deep, and it could just be very light. Someone just projecting evil eye on you, meaning that, they're just kind of giving you, just sending you negative thoughts, sending you negative. And when I say sending you negative thoughts, it's not like they're thinking something negative and you pick it up in your head. I mean, sending you negative thoughts, like just sitting there watching you like, oh, I hope this person just fails. I hope they fail at everything in life. I hope that they're lonely and miserable, and just projecting this type of energy on you. So, she was talking about the fact that with her channel, every single time she started to gain like, a steady amount of subscribers, it would just out of nowhere stop. And after a little while, it would pass, and then she'd start gaining some subscribers again, and then it would stop. And I experienced something similar where with one online business I was trying to do, just selling little things, little creations of mine. Every time I would go and I would make like a lot of progress, out of nowhere it would just stop. And it didn't happen from the very beginning. It's almost like the people that I've been dealing with that have been dabbling in weird spiritual stuff, even before I knew about my own personal spiritual gifts, they were doing things that I was unaware of, and it wasn't really affecting me because I was unaware of it. I wasn't looking at any little hiccups or anything that was happening as somebody projecting anything onto me. But it was, I just lost my train of thought. So I'm like, let me get some water real quick. Hold up. Sorry, one sec. Sorry, I just knocked this. My bad. All right. So, where is I? So I was talking about the fact that, yeah, like little hiccups and stuff like that. I didn't think of anything. And I don't think that at the time, these people were as aggressive as they were. And like I said, one day I'll get into it. I know I keep saying that, but it's just, it is what it is. It's almost like, let's say you're working on like a project or something, right? And you're in the middle of like building it, a time machine or something. I don't know. I'm just making something up. I mean, you're not going to talk about it until it's done, right? So it's something similar to that. Like when the coast is clear, I'll definitely, get into certain things that I think are relevant and worth sharing. But I think if you're watching my channel to begin with, that you probably do have some sort of spiritual beliefs, and you can kind of understand where I'm coming from with the story, even though it might sound a little wild and crazy and over your head. It's imagine living it. That's all I can say. Just imagine living it. It's not any less crazy or any less weird. It still is weird to me. So, yeah, so the little hiccups and little things that I would experience, I never really thought of it as anything. And it could have just at that time been nothing. But as these people started getting more aggressive, and I guess maybe found out things that I was doing, because it came to a point that some of the people that I was listening to online, I kept getting this consistent message that people are like pulling cards on you, going to, practitioners and doing all kinds of stuff and trying to find out what's going on in your life. And it's like they knew more about my life and my future than even I knew. So without getting into all the gory details, like I said, I was experiencing something similar to what the lady's channel that I found, like what she was, I hate to refer to people like that. I don't know what her name is. I'm sorry. I don't know her channel title either. Because when I was done with that, I'm like, this was so, like, I was always told that when the time is right, I will get the answers for all the questions that I have. Like, why is this happening? Who's doing it? Da, da, da. And she was really giving a lot of those details. And it was just so disturbing that I did not save any of the videos. I didn't like any of the videos. I didn't do nothing. I'm just like, get this out of my system. So, the point is that I completely related to what she was talking about, because there was a point where I would be selling stuff and it would literally just be like, everything that I was doing was just like selling out. And then all of a sudden, nothing, no sales, sometimes for like a couple of months. And then, businesses up and down, it's the economy, it's seasonal, it's all kinds of different things. But this was not that. It was very clear. And I got the clarification that, people were doing, little blockages and different things like that on me and on things that I was either pursuing, things that were supposed to come into my life, or whatever the case may be. They were putting blockages on it. Now, please be advised, and even to any of those people who might have been participating in that, no one has any authority to really do any sort of manipulation of any sort in your life if God doesn't allow it. The universe, however you want to say it. For me, it's God, so I'm going to use the word God. You can just replace it with whatever you believe in. If you just believe in universal laws and just energy and whatever, then again, just replace it however it works for you. So I kept noticing that And things that were selling out as soon as I would post it, I couldn't give them away. And I was just like, what is going on? But I kept getting that message, keep going, don't stop, just keep going. But I'm like, why would I want to keep going if me losing nights of sleep, staying up, working on stuff, that's not selling? Especially if it's something that can expire. I'm not going to keep investing in something that where my money's just going to be flushed down the toilet. Like, what's the point? So I, in retrospect, believe that God was trying to build up a resilience in me in that area of life for whatever is to come in the future. That when you do experience those, it doesn't have to be spiritual, but it could just be any sort of, blockage or delay or anything like that, that you will have already experienced that on a smaller scale, that on a larger scale, you're going to know how to handle it and you're going to know what to do. So I believe now that's the reason why I was asked to keep going. But I don't even want to go to the depths that these people were going to, like trying to affect like even my creativity. Like there were times when I'm just like, I honestly, like ideas come to me like this, literally all day long. I'm like, oh my gosh, you know what? I should do this. I can do that. I should do this. You know what? I should, all day long. And I was just like blank. I couldn't think of a single thing. I'm looking at a bunch of like material. I'm the kind of person, like I said, like when I was even talking about like clothing and stuff like that, I could look at something completely abstract. I could look at a shoelace and like think of a whole outfit. And I was just blank. I couldn't think of anything. Nothing was coming to me. So it was almost like, okay, well, we can't stop her. She's still doing it. She's still posting. She's still, trying to sell stuff. But why not mess with her creativity? So she can't even come up with anything to sell. They were just going to depths that I just don't even understand. And like I said, my beef, quote, my beef, so to speak, was with God. So I'm like, why are you letting this happen? Like, why are you letting people do this to me? Like, this does not make any sense. But again, everything happens for a reason. And again, God has to allow it. And I don't know if I mentioned this, but every once in a while, I get guided to read the Bible. And when I say guided to read the Bible, like literally, it's just like something just says, just go read the Bible. And I'll just open it on any page. So it's not a particular, like something saying, go read, John verse, whatever. Like, it's not like that. It's literally just open the Bible. So wherever I open it and wherever my eyes land, I just start reading, and it's always relevant to the situation. So maybe I'll put a timestamp in this video because I'm not going to go too much longer with this, but there's a point that I'm getting to. So the other day, I was again guided to look into the Bible. Like I read it when I want to read it or when I feel like reading it. But sometimes, like, again, like I said, I'm guided, like I feel that nudge, like go read the Bible. And it was a time where I was just literally cussing any and every thing out in my mind and out loud. Just like, why is this happening? Why are all these little things happening? All these little distractions? It's just annoying me. And it's kind of like when someone's trying to stop you from doing something and they realize that they can't stop you, they will try to put blockages, delays, anything to just try and discourage you, to try to get you to stop. And really that's the point and the theme of what I'm talking about and how I'm going to close out what I'm talking about. So I ended up opening, if I can find which one it is, because I've been making notes about when I'm guided to read the Bible, because I'm just like, this is so crazy how connected I am that literally it's like, okay, you're stressing right now. You're not meditating so we can keep you up to date. I still get, messages. I still get downloads, so to speak. I'm not going to get into what all that means. If you don't know, it doesn't really matter. The point is I'm still connected. I know that people try to play with my intuition and do all kinds of stuff because they're like, how does she know what's going on? Or why is she still, going? And what is she doing with her life? People are so invested in me. It's so weird. It's like when you were in my life, I feel like you could take it or leave it. now I'm not in your life anymore. It's like you want to have complete autonomy over me. Like you want to control my every movement, what happens and what doesn't happen. And it's just really weird. Like I said, I didn't want to talk about these certain things, but something just told me, like, let me share this message. So the Bible verse, like I said, if I can figure out which one it is, I will put it in the description. But regardless, what it said, because like I said, I was cussing out everybody. I was cussing out God. I was cussing out my ancestors, cussing out my spirit guides, cussing out my angels, cussing out every spiritual thing that I feel I'm connected to. Like, why are you letting this happen? These little annoyances. Why are you even letting them do anything, period? We don't know God's plan, and we don't know what we agreed to experience in this lifetime and how it's going to even help us later on down the line. So the verse is, because it was more than one verse that I was reading, it said, and so people who are more familiar with the Bible and can like quote these things, like my mama, might be more familiar. But like I said, if I can find it, I'll post it. But it said, everything that has been taken from you, you are going to get back 4 times what was taken from you. And not only that, everything that the person that took it from you is now going to be given to you times 2. Did I say that everything that the person, yeah, I said times, did I say that? I'm channeling right now for whatever reason. So there's a little bit of distortion. So I can't remember exactly what I said as I'm saying it, because I'm like in the zone right now. So let me try and repeat this. Everything that was taken from you, you will get back times 4. Everything that the person that took it from you, that everything that they have, you are going to get what they have times 2. And anything that is coming to them or that they're supposed to get is going to bypass them and come to you. And I said, okay, I can live with that. That's a good compensation. We can start there. We can start there. But basically what it was is that in that moment when I'm cussing up a storm and just being so frustrated and aggravated that I even have to do anything to try and protect myself from anything that these people are doing or put up any sort of extra precautions, I'm like, I'm doing all this work for what reason? When God can literally just be like, hey, stop it. I'm taking away your arms. I'm taking away your legs. Like, you're not going to be able to do anything. Why am I like, why are you me? Not like I'm a perfect person, but I don't do anything to anybody. I mind my business. And that is literally one of the things that always comes up in these readings too, that people are upset that I don't care what they're doing. I don't care about you. If you're not in my life anymore, you don't matter to me. I'm sorry if that sounds really cold, but you brought the cold weather. You brought the cold weather to me, and now I am cold. I don't care about you. Leave me alone. Why do you even care about my life? Like, the energy that people put into trying to make my life miserable, imagine if they use that energy, that spirit work, that those practitioners, these witch doctors, whatever the hell their names are, whatever the stuff is that they do. Imagine if you used that and said, bless me with money, bless me with this, bless me with that. But you know, with those low vibrational things, it doesn't work that way. They don't have access to those things. So they got to take it from somebody else. But I'm just saying, like, you have that much energy to be pulling cards all day, visiting people, trying to get messages about my life instead of worrying about your own. And I saw this little short that popped up of a lady that I watched back in the day, and it popped up and I listened to it because I felt drawn to it. And I just totally lost my train of thought. It was about what she said. It had something to do, it was along the lines again of the fact that, you know, people are so invested in what you have, even if you have less than them, they're still so invested in what you have and not wanting you to have it, even if they have more. And she was suggesting that it's because they don't have an abundant mentality that they're never satisfied. And because you're satisfied even with the little bit that you have, it's kind of like, no, 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 that doesn't work well with me. Why is she happy? She shouldn't be happy. I took away all her friends. I took away all her family. I took away all her money. I took away her business. I took away her this. I took away her that. Why is she still happy? Why is she still like breathing? I tried to stop her heart. Why is she still breathing? That pisses them the hell off. But my source of energy, my source of strength, my source of belief, my source of anything in this world comes from God. That's where it comes from. That is an unlimited supply. What these people have is nothing. And they're constantly trying to fill that void by trying to bring other people down so they feel like something. But when you're at the bottom, you can't bring anybody further than the bottom. You're already down there. So if someone is at the bottom with you, you're still going to be miserable and you're still going to be poking at that person. But what you don't realize is that a lot of the times people can get away with these things because you're building up that karma. So when you get that huge slap in the face, you're going to deserve every last bit of it. Every tooth that you lose, you're going to deserve it. Every illness, every loss, everything that is visited upon you, you are going to deserve it because you've earned every bit of it. Everything that you try to send that gets sent back to you, it's all your own doing. So at the end of the day, you have nobody else to blame but yourself. And if you're going to be looking for someone to feel sorry for you, you're not going to. I'm not going to feel sorry for someone who literally does not want me to be alive. Like, that doesn't work. It doesn't work that way. So I don't even like expending any energy at all on this topic or on these people. But I know that there's more people who experience things like this. And it's not something that lasts forever. Again, you know, we don't know what we agreed to sign up to experience in this lifetime. And sometimes, you know, we might have agreed to experience certain things, and some people overstay their welcome. They try to overuse their quote unquote power. And when I say power, we all have free will. God doesn't even take away our free will. So do you really think that he's going to let somebody else take away somebody else's free will and go unscathed? It's not going to happen. It might take a little time. It might take a couple of weeks, days, months, maybe even years before they get it back. But oh boy, are they going to get it back. So all that to say, I was kind of, I wouldn't say triggered, but I guess kind of triggered to do this message because I was just noticing that a lot of people that I feel should be so much further ahead in their life, based on what I know about them, based on the dedication, based on the heart that I know that they have, they should be a lot further in life. But there's people in their lives that are holding them back, whether they know it or not. They're deliberately holding them back. And if you're being asked to let go of anything, people, place, thing, do it. Because it's to make room for what is trying to come into your life. And for me, a lot of this I feel like is my karma, because with one person, at least in particular, like one of the worst of the bunch, I was guided so many times to let go of that person, but I was so afraid to let go of that person because I felt like that person represented so much to me. And it wasn't a romantic relationship by any stretch of the imagination, regardless of whatever was going on in that person's head. Absolutely not. Like I said before, I'm not into women. No disrespect to anybody that is, but that's just not my playground. And whether or not that person is, that's their business. Don't drag me into it. And you can't change somebody's sexuality. Like I said before, you can't do that. I'm not going to be a sister wife. It's not going to work. There's no amount of magic in the world. There's no amount of black magic in the world that can turn me into that. So I don't know what I guess, I don't know. And the fact that people even spend money to do these things is crazy. But anyway, let me stay on topic because this already sounds, even as the words are coming out of my mouth, it sounds so crazy. Like I said, I keep feeling like I'm gonna wake up one day and this is just gonna be like, okay, this is all just a dream. But anyway, back to what I was saying. when there's people in your life that, or things in your life that you're being asked to let go of because it's causing you more problems than good, it's because something is meant to replace it. And I'm definitely one of those people, and I'm still working on it in certain areas of my life where it's like, let's take these lollipops, for example, right? I mean, someone might look at this and be like, yo, this looks so much more better than this. This you can find anywhere, but this looks like something you got to get at like a carnival or something, right? And the universe, God could be trying to say, I want to give you this, but you don't know that this is what God wants to give you because he wants you to trust him. And you're like, okay, but give me that first so that, okay, and now I have this, now you can have this. No, he wants you to let go of that. And then, surprise, you end up with this. That's how it works. He wants you to have faith and trust and believe. The universe wants you to have have faith and trust and believe that whatever you let go of will be replaced with better. You're asking, you're praying, you're looking for a sign that something better is going to come. And the sign, you've probably gotten 1,000,001 signs that something better is coming for you, but you still refuse to let go because it's like, but what if, but what if? I think I used a term before in the past, familiar demons. It's kind of like, what if what is coming is worse? I already know this person. I already know how to maneuver around them. I've already gotten, people can get comfortable in bad situations, people can get comfortable in bad situations, but that's not how anybody wants you to really live your life unless they're a miserable person. So the whole thing is you have to trust and be willing to let go of the things that are causing you problems, the people that are trying to hold you back. Let go of them. Probably if I had let go of that person a long time ago, I probably wouldn't have been dealing with so much with them. It probably wouldn't have escalated to the point that it did. Or maybe it was going to happen anyway. I don't know. But I do know that I definitely was getting very strong signals at a certain point that this person is just not for me anymore. Whatever time that we had together, the purpose has been served. You must go now. Okay. But I held on. And then that was a huge bruise to that person's ego when I finally, because they just sunk to the lowest of the lows. And when I finally snapped out of it, and I was just like, what the heck am I doing? Absolutely not. And I told this person everything they needed to know about themselves and slammed the door, the proverbial door, meaning that goodbye, don't come around me anymore. You're not welcome. And I said that in so many words because obviously I don't really talk like that. Like you really have to push me to a certain length. Like now that's something that I would say to that person. I don't care. You can come to me with your arm in your hand and your leg and your backpack. And I'm going to tell you, I think you could probably catch a bus, in 20 minutes down the road or something like that. Like I'm not helping you. But, it takes a lot for me to get to that point. So after years of dealing with these little gnats and these little pokes and these little interruptions and these little delays and these little things, that, like I said, one day I'll get into, years of that buildup has brought me to the point that I don't care what happens to you. It's not my business anymore. Because if you had it your way, what you're still trying to do to this day, I wouldn't even be sitting here. So why would I care about anything that happens to you? I forgive you and I release you. You're gone now. Bye-bye. Stop trying to come around. Go away. Like that's where I'm at. So the fact that it even took me years to get to that point is crazy. On top of that, I mean, how many times do you have to hear that someone really wants you to literally be destitute? They want you to be homeless. They want you to be barren, literally not be able to carry a child. They want you to be loveless, not to have a relationship. They want you to be homeless. They want you to be carless. They want you to have no transportation, period. They want your life to be completely, utterly destitute if you are not with them, which is so messed up. I can't fathom that. When I don't like somebody, like I said before, I don't even want to hear you chew. I don't want to hear you breathe. Just even hearing these people's zodiac signs pisses me off. Hearing somebody even with the same name pisses me off. But the fact that for them, they take the opposite route and they're like, nah, when I hear about this person, it makes me angry and it makes me want to attack them even more. It's like, it's weird. I don't relate. I can't. When I don't like something, I just don't want it. I've never seen a child say, damn, I hate Brussels sprouts, I'm gonna eat them all. It's like, it doesn't work that way. Like, you really have to have something going on up here that's not really, connecting or making sense for you to behave that way. Or maybe all the little things that you're playing with are now possessing you. I don't know what's going on. All I know is that, like I was saying, there's people in this world who I feel and I've seen should be a lot further along than where they are. And I feel like a lot of them are holding on to things, are in places, doing things, whatever, your circumstances that you need to let go of. Ooh. They back. What did I say? The gnats. They probably caught word. They're like, oh, she talking about me? Let's listen in. It's just, they need to go. They need to go, and you need to learn how to let go, because you deserve better. You deserve better. Just let them go and let the Lord deal with it. And don't bring any more karma on yourself by sticking around any longer. And then you really have to learn your lesson the hard way, because I feel like, the universe, God will let you learn that lesson, spank you so hard that to make sure you don't turn back around. It doesn't matter. That person can call you in tears like, oh my gosh, I have no place to go, no place to stay. Well, there's shelters, go there. There's food banks, go there. Remember, this is somebody who potentially, again, using my example, wanted you, and effectively, when I say effectively, I mean that they were actively, literally doing everything in their power to make you not have food even. But then they're coming to your door asking you for food. I mean, one might say, biblically, religiously, whatever your beliefs are, you should turn the other cheek. But like I said, after going through an awakening, I realized that it's not really about turning the other cheek and being the bigger person. Me being the bigger person is me minding my business and doing what I'm supposed to be doing and letting God handle what he's supposed to handle. I don't have to mind these people, because these are the kind of people that, oh, you want some bread? Let me let you in my house. And as soon as I turn around to go to the refrigerator or to the pantry or whatever, get your bread, you stab me in the back. I'm not that stupid. I'm not going to let that happen. I've learned my lesson. So a lot of people, like I said, are in situations and circumstances where you're not seeing your full potential because it can't be released to you because of the people that you're around and the places that you are, and the people in your life that are just sitting there drooling, waiting to take it from you. So if you feel like you're being divinely guided to release something, it doesn't matter what it is. Don't wait for the other thing to be handed to you before you let go of what's in your hand. Let go of it so you can receive it. And imagine if I let go of both, I could have two new things. So that's the point. Let me just end it here, because I could just go on forever with all of this stuff. But the whole point is, you have to let go in order to receive. You have to let go. A lot of these things don't mix. They don't mesh. You can't have both. You can't hold on to the old thing and test out the new thing and see how it works before you let go of the old thing. The old thing doesn't help. It's not working. It hasn't worked. And it's been abundantly clear to you that it's not working, but you refuse to let it go. And if you have let it go, and unfortunately you have to go through some lessons, or unfortunately, you might be having some things happen to you, just know that you will be repaid. You will be repaid like in leaps and bounds compared to whatever it is that was allowed to happen. You will be repaid. But they had to build their karma. You had to learn your lesson as well. So when it's all said and done, we move on, we learn our lesson, we elevate spiritually, and we keep going. So that's pretty much the extent of what I wanted to share. Hopefully that makes sense. And hopefully you take heed and you just take the necessary steps that you need to in order to move on from situations that don't serve you, from people that don't serve you. Because let me tell you something, your destiny is not in any man's hands, okay? When I say man, I'm talking about a human being with a heartbeat. Your destiny is not there. Your destiny is with the universe. Your destiny is with God. That's where your destiny is. So God can place opportunities anywhere for you. It's not in this one person's hands. And if it is in that one person's hands, he will guide you to that person. And it will come through that person. But you have to be comfortable and you have to let go of what is no longer serving you in order for you to receive. And the more free you are, the more that you have to receive. So that's what I want to leave you with. Hopefully, whoever needs that message, you receive it and you let go of whatever you need to let go of, and don't look back. Don't be manipulated. Don't be, I was about to say bamboozled, but don't be tricked into the tears. Don't be tricked into the, but, or I apologize. I apologize too. I forgive myself for allowing you to be around me for as long as you did, for me not taking heed to what I was being guided to do. But our time together is over. It's time for you to go. If somebody's doing anything weird, like threatening anything, whether it be the extreme to yourself or to their own self, their own well-being, call a crisis line 911 and let them take care of it. That's not your business. It's not you should have been gone. Leave it alone. Your destiny is not with any one person. If your destiny is connected to anybody, the universe, God will guide you to that person. But your destiny is not in any one person's hands. They don't have control over things like that. As hard as they might try. Like I said, that's the extent that they can do. Just put little blockages, little delays. They can't stop anything that God has for you. It's for you. Your name is on it. And it's just sitting there collecting dust because you won't let go. So again, I hope that whoever needs this message, that you get it, that you receive it. And if it is for you, or if there is anything that you feel like, maybe this message is for me, maybe it's not, pray on it, meditate on it. Do what you got to do to get that confirmation that, yes, this is for me. And there's things I need to let go of, and ask for the strength to do it and move on. So that's it. I'm going to go eat because I'm always hungry when I do these videos. I should eat first and then do it. But anyway, yeah, as per usual, peace and blessings. I wish you all the best. From my humble heart to yours, I'm just speaking a word that I feel like could help other people, because I'm not just talking to you, I'm talking to myself too, because there's still things that I need to let go of and I need to get rid of, and I'm being pushed to do it at this point because I'm taking too long with it. So whatever comes as a result is something that I deserve, and it's just going to be my punishment to make sure I don't do it again and I pay attention. So yeah, take care of yourself, and wherever you are, if it's morning, night, afternoon, just be gentle with yourself, because we're all going through something. So don't beat yourself up. Just know when it's time to let go of something and it's time to move on, and do yourself that respect and give yourself what you deserve, what you've been praying and wishing and hoping for and affirming and doing whatever it is that you're doing, working so hard for, and let the blessings come to you. Release it and watch everything just flood to you. Let the floodgates open. Let the abundance come to you. But it's not going to come if anything that is going to interrupt or interfere it is still in your life. That's all I'm going to say. Peace and blessings, and until next time. Cheat code.